The Mega Pig is a club event that replaced a club league, and it has had a very mixed response from the community, with a lot of people just absolutely hating it to the point where it is now arguably the most hated thing in the game. Now, personally, I think it's fine, but we're just going to be going over all the various factors that make others just hate it, and we'll see if it truly deserves a hate or not. So let's get right into it. The first thing we need to look at is just rewards, since that is the main thing people care about and what seems to be the biggest issue with the Mega Pig. When it comes to the rewards, you just get star drops, and the amount of star drops you get also depends on your performance as well as the performance of your club. Over the 3-day period, the goal is to get as many wins as possible in the Mega Pig event, and every 40 wins unlocks a new stage, with there being 5 stages in total. The higher you reach, the more star drops you're going to get, and this is obviously a team effort, so everyone in the club will get the same amount of star drops, except for the top 3 players, as they will get bonus star drops for performing well. However, the one main problem people have with this is that there's just a lot of randomness involved with the rewards, and you never truly know what you're going to get because it is star drops. Sometimes you may end up getting really lucky and end up getting a bunch of good stuff, but other times you may be not as lucky and you barely get anything good. This type of irregularity is really the biggest problem that exists when it comes to the Mega Pig, because there's no way to truly plan your progression or anything, and everything just feels so random. And the reason people have such a big problem with this is because of what we had before the Mega Pig, which was the club league, and more specifically the club shop. In this club league, the main reward that you will get will be a currency called club coins, and you could spend this currency in the club shop, which offered various things, though the two main ones will be the power points and gold. And that is really the key part of all of this, because it means you can get exactly what you need whenever you need it, instead of how it is with the Mega Pig, where the rewards are just random and you have to hope to get what you may want. But with the club shop, you're able to store your club coins and spend them whenever you needed to, and you could be efficient and effective with this since the prices stay the same and you could pick what you wanted. This was great for progression and especially for the free-to-play players, and it was really just bad news when it was announced that the club league and club shop were getting removed. So overall, the whole reward system was just a bit of a big downgrade when it came to the Mega Pig, and I definitely do see why a lot of people didn't like this, and I also am not a big fan of this, but the star drops are still pretty fun. But anyways, the next big issue that exists with the Mega Pig is the fact that it kind of forced people to just join big clubs where they may not be the most comfortable, and it also took away the togetherness that the club league brought. Now, I know that is a lot, so I'll try to break it down a bit. Inside of Mega Pig, it is really just a numbers game because the progression is fully based off the number of wins, and it is the same for every club, and more people in a club just gives a higher chance of you all meeting that target. And this was even mentioned in this Brawl Stars tweet, where they literally said people should be in big clubs. With Club League, however, you didn't need a massive club in order to participate, and you could just be in a club with your friends or people from your school or something and be able to have fun and get rewards. However, in the Mega Pig, you would just be forced to join and be a part of a big club if you wanted a strong chance at getting to the max stage, and this just took away from the togetherness that you experienced before, as everyone was just joining these clubs for the sake of it. Also, in the Club League, you were incentivized to actually play with your club members, as you will get extra trophies that way, and it would just help out the club overall, and it also made the clubs feel closer and actually gave you a reason to play with your club mates. But in Mega Pig, that just isn't a thing, and most people just end up playing solo, which goes against the whole point of a club. So it definitely has been a downgrade when it comes to that, and I definitely do agree that it isn't a good thing, and I really do hope that they add some sort of incentive for people to actually play together, since that would just make it feel more like a club event. But also, on the other end of the spectrum, the Mega Pig also removed any sort of competitiveness in the game as well when it came to club events. With the Club League, you were directly competing against 7 other clubs, and everything would depend on how you ranked against the rest of them. There will be different leagues your club could be in, and you were just competing to get into higher leagues, as you will get more club coins that way, and it was a clear incentive for you to do well, and also helped incentivize you to play with your club mates, as you'll be more coordinated, and that would increase chances of winning. However, with the Mega Pig, there really is no competition. You aren't competing with any other club, and there aren't like any leagues to work towards or really any sort of ladder to climb. The objective is the exact same each time, and you know exactly what you need. This leads to a problem of the Mega Pig just becoming pretty boring and stale, and just not really exciting. Whereas Club League was always fun and exciting as you were just pushing to get to higher leagues. But another problem with the Mega Pig is just how it is played. You can't actually pick what you play in this, and instead you just have to play whatever is randomly picked, and if it's a mode or map that you don't like or aren't good at, then you're just out of luck. You are really just forced to play whatever the game picks, and that just contributes to it not being as fun as a Club League and why many people don't like it. Also, you do get a random modifier, which also just makes things even more random in this mode and just contributes to players not liking it. However, with Club League, you were able to choose what you wanted to play out of the options that were available. Also, I think it will be fair if you try to look at the other perspective and see why the Mega Pig may not be as bad as it is made out to be. So the biggest reason is really with nostalgia and people just not wanting change. There's no doubt that Club League was pretty good, however it also did have its own problems and issues that people complained about while it was still in the game. But when it got removed, people suddenly missed what they used to have, and that led to extra hate being thrown towards the Mega Pig, where people didn't like it simply because it replaced an older feature of the game. And I think we really need to consider whether or not Mega Pig would have been as hated as it is now if the Club League was never a thing, since perspective plays a massive role in all of this. But even despite that, I definitely do think the hate is justified, though it may be a little overhated. Either way, it is clear that the Mega Pig mode definitely does need some work in order for it to be made better, because right now there's very little consistency and it is just a very random mode. The rewards are completely random because they come from the star drops, and then the gameplay itself is also kind of random as you don't know what you're going to be playing when you enter the queue, and everything gets decided for you beforehand through a random selection system. In order to make the Mega Pig better, I think that there should be some sort of incentive for players to actually work together like there was in the Club Leagues. Plus, it would be good if there was a more competitive aspect where you actually competed for the rewards instead of it being the same boring stuff each time, since that would just make the game more interesting. And this doesn't have to be with leagues, since at that point they might as well just bring the Club Leagues back, but they should definitely add a way to properly compete with other clubs. And then the final big change they could make is with the rewards, and they could do some sort of hybrid where you get a certain amount of coins and power points along with some star drops at each stage. This could just be good as it is like the best of both worlds, since it's nice to have guaranteed rewards and the star drops are also pretty fun to open. But overall, that's it for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.